Today we will see a brief tutorial to demonstrate the use of the trigger option in colliders. With this, we can trigger events or actions when entering or leaving the collision area. For example, what you see on screen, where upon entering the collision area, a small image representing the dialogue option appears. This will be very useful when we need our character to develop some type of interaction based on proximity. We will start by using an image to simulate an NPC to make our job easier. We will use a slime that we already have loaded in this project. We will position it wherever we want, and we will make sure that the sorting layer is the right one, so that it is visible and at the level of our character. We will add the rigid body 2D component and leave it in static mode. This because we only need it to be immobile for our example. We will add a collider, for example, a circle collider, and we will mark the trigger option. Then we will modify the size according to our needs. When our character enters the collider area, we could trigger some type of interaction. To determine if the character entered or left the collider area, we will create a new script. This script we will create in the folder we deem appropriate. In this example, we will leave it within the NPC folder, and we will give it a suitable name. For example, NPC Interaction. We will open it with our favorite code editor to be able to edit it. We will eliminate the code we will not use. This class will depend on mono behavior, and the first thing we will do is add a private game object type field. This field will serve us to link the game object that we want to activate or deactivate when interacting with the collider area. In this case, we want a dialogue icon or something similar to appear. Then, we generate the code to detect when the character enters the interaction area. For this, we use the onTriggerEnter2D function. Inside this function, we will validate if the collider of the game object with which it collides has the player tag. If this is effective, then we activate the game object. That is, we will show the dialogue icon. We will do something similar for when the character leaves the area. We will use onTriggerExit. In this way, when the character leaves the detection area, it will validate if it has the player tag and will deactivate the dialogue icon if this was the case. We will add the created script to our game object where we set up the collider. Now we will add an image component from UI then image. This will create a canvas type element. Then we will change the render mode to world space and drag our main camera to link it with this new component. In this way, the canvas is positioned with the slime game object that we have configured. We will reset the canvas position and change the size. We will initially test with a size of 1 by 1. We will do the same with the image component inside the canvas. We will change the size 1 by 1 and adjust to taste. We must not forget to put the appropriate sorting layer. We will adjust the image a bit more, and also we will adjust the position, remembering that in this case what we are looking for is a kind of dialogue pop-up. We will search in our asset library for one that fits our needs. Once we have an image that we like, we will drag it to the corresponding space in the editor. As you can see, that leaves us with a small dialogue balloon or something similar. Then we will go back to our slime game object, and there in our interaction script, we will set the canvas as the linking element. Finally, we will deactivate the entire canvas game object, since this will activate when our character enters the range of the collider. Now, we will test, and as you can see, the pop-up. That is, the canvas and its image are activated and deactivated as we enter or leave the range of the collider. Now, if you notice a small detail, we can walk through the slime. Correcting this is very simple. We will add another collider, for example, a box collider. We will adjust the size to match the sprite, and that should be enough. In this way, we prevent the character from passing over or behind the object with which we want it to interact. In this case, this interaction is activating or deactivating a canvas component. The same principle can be used for more complex interactions. For example, to create areas of damage or healing, interaction areas with NPC, loot areas, or whatever comes to mind. If you want more content like this, please give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe.